Hello everybody and welcome back to the Chateau. It has been a while. I have been travelling, been working, looking after the bar while my business partners are away, and trying to get lots of stuff done here which isn't camera worthy, but clears the mind, which is very, very important. And since you were last here, well, let's just say the weather's not quite as sunny and bright as it was. It's changed. It's dark. It's a bit dingy as well. It's cold. So it is definitely inside jobs, which is why I've been doing some very repetitive work on one of the bedrooms and clearing through, basically having the opposite. I'm having an autumn clean, not a spring clean. But these are massive important things. Having a clear out, going into the winter when you're inside, fresh minds, and understanding what's going on. It's really, really important, and you can just get to work, which is nice. I'm definitely, apart from the nice days, inside the house now. So I've been doing some sanding and bits and pieces in the room, but I need to make a really, really important addition to another room because it's all about staying warm. So through to the room in question. So lots of you will remember this. And the morning salon, because of drainage issues now and problems with plants and everything outside, we've got rots coming up for this wood. So I've always then, after that started, I've known I'm going to have to redo this panelling and the floor and joists. It's a matter of time. I need to sort out drainage outside first. So I had never got around to putting the radiators back in here. They were taken out so we could do behind and also flush them out. But to be able to paint them, I needed them to be fitted again because the decent radiator paint has to go off with heat, and I don't have an oven big enough to put those radiators in. So I'm going to have to get them in. I was going to leave it, but I want the room to be warm for the winter because I'm going to. It does obviously have a wood burner, but I'm going to stop using this one and use the one I was just in, I think, for the winter and have a little bit of change of scenery. So I want, rather than lighting the fire to keep this room warm, the radiators do it. So I need to get the radiators back in there so I can then paint the radiators and the paint can cure with the heat of the water going through. So that will be a massive achievement. And I've got a meeting with a local supplier as well for some bits and pieces to do. He's doing some t-shirts and some jumpers and what have you. And also my laser engraver, which I've shown before, so I can try to make all of the products for the event and then possibly some merchandise, I don't know. Maybe for the bar as well. So got lots going on, even though it's a horrible day. So there are actually, I've got to work out which, there's two radiators, you see. One's got 3 feet, one's got 2. You see the marks on the floor, that'll help you work out 2, 3. This is the longer one of the 2. Is it the longer one of the 2? Oh, yeah. It's been so long I just can't remember. I reckon that's a mark there. 1, 2, 2. Yeah, that's the shorter one. Okay, I know where they're going. Right, and there they are. Do they all look the same? See, of course, these are painted with the radiator paint, which is fine. But these were this actually cured because these were able to sit in front of the fire and actually get the job done. So these are sorted, radiators are painted in situ. Right, let's get these done. Actually, I literally see the marks in the floor, which is helpful. where it's going. Okay. What a perfectly unpleasant day to do this. Yes. Alright. Let me. Leaf. Good old card. Oh. No, come on. Right. It obviously goes on its side. It's not that way up. And as you can see, this needs a quick paint. It's cast iron, so it's really a superficial rust. And the stuff on the bottom, again, it's surface rust, where it's just never been painted. You can literally see in previous times, they've just painted up to the bottom. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this dry off. So I'm gonna wipe it down, let it dry off while I go to the meeting with the guy with the engraver and the printing, for clothing printing thing. And then I'm going to paint the bottom of this and the back. Yeah, I'm going to paint the bits I won't be able to get to before it's installed. And that way, it'll be a great job. Come to look at t-shirts, some bits and pieces through a friend of mine, local supplier. But he's also been playing with my Creality Falcon A1 laser engraver because he knows what he's doing better than I do, which is not difficult. Because, again, like we're talking about the merchandise for the, not necessarily the channel, but it has come up that we should, but also for the parties to be able to raise more money for the charities. And one of the things that I was really wanting to get working last time was this rotary attachment. And so far, it's just playing with it. So as you can see, that's better. These are just little mini refillable atomizers for all sorts of bits and pieces. It was an idea, we're just trying to get this all set up working rather than worrying about the logos right this second, but that's one that's been pre-done, and now I get to try to make one actually work. So this is the extent of what I can currently do, is I can press a button. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Oh, I've made things work. I did an actual thing. Right. Well, I reckon mine's gonna be better, so let's see when this is finished in a minute. I reckon mine's better. It took a lot of skill to press the go button when everything else had been set up for me. But I do appreciate that this is kind of a cool little product and the rotary attachment is good. This is like a refillable atomizer. So I would find this very useful, but I've got to be honest, I don't think this is going to be a product that I would want to do for the Chateau events. I think the rotary attachment's fantastic, but something bigger, like the big cups or something, would be a good idea. You know, the metal cups for coffee, that sort of thing. That would be a good idea on this. And it's quite easy to use, although these do take a little while to do in comparison to, say, those key rings and stuff. So, not sure what I should do for the merchandise for the party with this, but I will say thank you to Creality for let me play with this and have this product. But also, what does everyone think? This takes 5 times longer to make than one of those key rings. And would you have something like this? Would you have one of those metal cups for your coffee? Or do you think the key ring is sort of the best idea that we could do multiple of? So I'd like to hear the comments. So let me know. Right, so I've been looking at well, merchandise really, and t-shirts and stuff. These are some examples of ones that are currently being done, which are very nice. This is for D-Day tours, and there's an app that goes with it, which is very, very cool. And the idea is that if we're going to do it for Chateau Life, etc., we'd be able to put them in nice little bags and all the rest of it. So I'm just looking at other stuff that is currently done to get an idea of what we could do. And I believe... Da, 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 da. Ooh. You like that? Yeah. See, this is where the magic happens. Inside a marquee. As where everything else does. But what does everyone think? I think this is kind of a good thing to have. I'm not sure huge amounts will get sold, but it'd be nice it's all made in France and local to me. So let me know in the comments what you think about having some t-shirts, some hoodies, that sort of thing with these, and what else you'd like to see as some merchandise. So that is the merchandise and the potential with the laser engraver. Let me know what you think, because that will be a really interesting insight to not only the merchandise with the t-shirts, jumpers and stuff. It's the laser engraving stuff as well, because I need to start making those things ready for the event next year, and having some stock ready. So thank you to Creality for sponsoring the video and letting me play with that laser engraver ongoing to try and find the right merchandise. I'm back and I've given the radiator a first coat. So I've done the bottom section and the first coat on the backs and the interior, where I won't be able to get to after it's in situ. But rather annoyingly, this stuff does not dry quickly. It's 24 hours between coats. So it's going to, I'm helping along with my little paraffin heater. So I'm going to hopefully let this dry. If it dries a bit quicker because of the paraffin heater, great. And then I can get it in situ, plumbed in, and then the fresh coat or two on the front once it's in situ. So I'm going to have to wait for help with the other big radiator. But what I might try and do is get some coats on that. If I can get it in first or into a better place, get some coats on that, get some help fitting that, and then obviously get back to my bedroom now that there'll be a radiator, at least one, in here and in between coats. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye now.